I'm a Brewfessional.
I'm a Brewfessional.
She's a Brewfessional.
And she's a Brewfessional.
Script game impeccable.
Them script game impeccable.
Them yacht fun so.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha. Big Brewfessionals.
Get out your book sack, buddy.
Yeah.
You back.
You back.
You back.
You back.
And we also back. Two muscles up.
Two
muscles up. You holding your brother and sister up.
Yeah.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
We'd like to welcome you to the brew spot. I'm your host. It's your favorite op, beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite op. And I'm your co-host, Script Flow.
Woo!
A 613 split it ass. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And you know, what we're gonna start, man, what we're gonna probably start doing, man, for just brands and people who want to be shout out in there, man, we're gonna actually start offering a little bit, some little openings or something. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to be shout out for just a little bit of promo for you.
Facts.
To get it out there, you know what I'm saying? So at first, you know, it starts with family. And then, you know, it started to venture out. So we done definitely gave y'all the family brands. It been Johnson and Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson. This whole time.
The whole time. Lawful and lawful the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna definitely start reaching out and actually start letting people know how they can get that stuff on the Brewfessionals.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And get it from us, and then we project it to the people. You feel what I'm saying? So, so we're gonna open up a little of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just to let you know it's real big brew support.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to 613 Wave.
Shout out
for the man of Chilts and Dilt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 613 Splash.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? For you already know, man. Them threads and them scripts.
Shout out.
Hey man, we dress. Hey, it's according to ministry too. We dress the minister too. You know what I'm saying? So when you see urban servant, you see them vibes, you see everything. It's to get people questioning. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna call the other one out when it actually get off another maintenance.
Right.
Yeah. Up until then, man. Look forward to urbanservantsofficial.com.
Yeah.
It'll be up real soon. We're gonna tell you when to hit it, when to hit enter. But for now, just practice typing it in. Okay, just practice typing it in for me. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you can hit enter, it's already ready. You know what I'm saying? So Urban Service Official will be up. The website will be up real soon. So we're gonna try to make sure it's up in the next couple weeks.
Yes.
And then it's gonna be a free place. Also, another platform free where you can get the music, the information, the chills, the clothes.
Still the free house.
Still the free house. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned to that. What we're gonna be talking about today, before we all forget about the most important matter it is, which is this subject matter in this manner, and that we're gonna be dealing with liberation or freedom according to the scriptures. All right, so we're gonna definitely get in that into the we're gonna open up in that in the first segment. So after y'all listen to a few of these tunes, righteous tunes,
they won't make it bounce.
We'll be back with that first segment. Yeah.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Yeah, for him. It's your favorite op. Yeah, connect. Yeah, I'm talking all that. I can do that 613, I'm doing all that. Disappointed my YAHUAH, had to call back. I missed a call from all my foes and never called back. There's plenty love, plenty righteous talking all that. I can do the 613, I'm doing all that. Disappointed my YAHUAH, had to call back. I missed a call from all my foes and never called back. There's plenty love, plenty righteous talking all that. I've been on that 613, I'm doing all that. They call it doctrine of a devil, well I'm all that. They call my head and cheat the same, that's why I fall back. They let a negative do them, I know they all count. Yeah, YAHUAH, in my vengeance, that's a long stretch. Hating ain't the father business, that's the wrong dash. If you right, just let me live and why me fall flat. I put my life in all but hand, judging all that.
Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
And I'm your host. It's your favorite app, beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite app.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish. And I'm your co-host, Script Flow. Woo! A 613 split it ass. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem.
And y'all already know I done pulled up. You feel me? Just like Big Ox song. You know what I mean? So y'all already know, man. Shout out to YB Studios. Shout out to Burn 'em Up Mix Productions.
Shout out.
Man, shout out to the Wave613.com.
Shout out.
And shout out 613 Split It Ash.
Shout
You
out.
feel me? And if I missed anybody, shout out.
Shout out.
Shout
Oh, shout out urbanservants.com on the way.
Yeah.
Shout
Still
out.
the free house.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna jump straight into this. Y'all know I don't play no games. I ain't gonna waste your time. You feel me? So today we talking about liberation. And I'm gonna jump straight into the definition. And that is the act of setting someone free from imprisonment, slavery, or oppression or release. Or it's the freedom from limits on thought or behavior. And I'm gonna jump straight into the script. I got one. And that's Isaiah 61:1. And it says, the spirit of YAHUAH the Almighty One is upon me, because YAHUAH have anointed me to preach the good tidings and to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim the liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Now, since we're talking about liberty, now the law liberates you from a lot of things. Bad food. You know what I mean? It liberates you from the oppression of where we're at in captivity, because it gives you something to look forward to, the kingdom, you know? So doing the law liberates you from a lot of things. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? So it not only liberates you from the oppression that's upon us here in America, but it liberates you from sin.
That's right.
Also, teaches you how to be a righteous man. So
That's right.
liberation, the law is liberation from the brokenhearted
That's right.
and all that.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So it's really bad. So when a person is bound, like you said,
Right.
bound, like when you do a crime in America
Right.
and they lock you up and you get out, either you're on parole or probation. Okay,
Facts.
that's still just extended jail. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you that when you're in court. Hey, it's just an extension of jail at your own house.
Right.
You got a babysitter and everything. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
But
a fact,
okay,
man.
so what did Mashiach say? Oh, you're on probation. I'm gonna send this comforter there as a probation officer, and you're gonna have to clock in and check in every day. You feel what I'm saying? Because if I find you doing this during your probation, you violate. You know what I'm saying? So when you was sentenced to eternal death, you actually get a chance to get up out of that punishment. Now,
Facts.
now once the world puts you on death row, it's over with. You ain't getting off. No matter how you appeal it, no matter how you rock it. Now if you got on a different coat, you know what I'm saying, you might get right. You know what I'm saying?
A different coat.
If you got on a different coat, you might be all right. You know what I'm saying? But for this coat, nah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't change this suit jacket.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how we try to go in there and throw on our tie and everything, you can't get rid of this suit jacket. So this is what they do. But even with the Father, you see, liberation only comes when you actually do the time for the crime.
Sheesh.
Because
Facts.
now a burden ain't held on you
Mhm.
to where you can't release it. You still worrying about that penalty.
Right.
So it's heavy on you. You feel what I'm saying? It's heavy on you. So you're going to try to outrun that penalty. But YAHUAH be like, hey, if you don't repent, it don't start yet until you repent. That's when it all starts. You can't outrun it and then the statute of limitation going to catch up with you. Nah, the statute of limitation only catch up when I catch you and then I try to give you 90 years. Well, I already know I only can give you up to a penalty of 7 years max. In the scriptures, in the law, you can only catch a penalty of 7 years max. You know why? Because at the end of 7, you got to restore a man back and release him.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So business would handle right on the spot with you. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You knock somebody's tooth out, somebody gonna knock your tooth out on spot.
Facts.
Boom, boom. It gonna happen just like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's how YAHUAH do it. He don't wait till later on to handle that business. You know what I'm saying? Life for a life too.
Right.
Just like out here. But instead of out here, they lock you up.
Fair.
Oh nah, just to get that $75 a day. They keep you in prison to give you that to keep that $75 a day going. But if it was literally wasn't based upon that $75 a day, they'd probably be knocking everybody off who killed somebody.
Facts.
Life for a life. You feel what I'm saying? But the fact that, you know, that money system and everything rolling, then their greed outruled, you know, overruled the fair judgment.
Right.
So you got people who in the grave dead, and then you got a brother in jail who killed him, who people going to visit and still able to do, and he's still able to repent and ask for forgiveness and start on his way, but then there's somebody dead in the ground that can't even do nothing. Now you see why YAHUAH don't forgive a murder. That man he can't do what you doing.
Right.
He can't repent. He can't turn from his ways. He can't get back to his mighty. But you out here, but you can.
Right.
So you're like, nah, I'm gonna turn my ear from that. Because your brother in return can't do it. He can't be a respected person. Because how I'm gonna hear your case, but I can't hear his case. You gonna say anything to get yourself off the hook.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why his brother blood testified against him. What his blood doing outside his body then? Who else did it? He wouldn't do it to himself. You feel what I'm saying? It was even when it was unintentional, but it was still what did that boy Cain say? This burden is too big for me, and I can bear.
Right.
Going to another land gonna get killed.
So he went denied, right? And then they tried to say that the law wasn't since the beginning. But then you got a big refuge city, 6 refuge cities set right here for a person who intentionally killed his brother. So how that law wasn't established with Adam when he said, let there be light, it's still right here with Moses.
Right.
Saying how Cain didn't die. Because it's an unintentional killing law on that too. It's a law on that too.
Right.
But if it's intentional, you have to die.
Gotcha.
If it's unintentional, like somebody might have been doing something, y'all might have been striving, and you pushed him and he might have hit his head too hard. You had to get out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You had to get out of Dodge. Leave everything you got, wife, children, everything. Go from that spot, because the Avenger definitely gonna come get you.
Right.
You see that boy with the nod, the Wanderer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's where he went to, and he became a profane man. A very, very, you know what I'm saying, someone who was low, vain man. And you seen that mark get upon him for being vain too. Now see that mark with us, I was just explaining that, you know what I'm saying, to my Isha too. Like, by that distinguishing mark is that separation, but the only mark we see that separate man from the Father while he alive and instantly is that sin, but also that leprosy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a very distinctive mark when it's left upon a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you see Esau, he actually went into the Horites. You see the Horites, they the cave dwellers.
Right.
It says that Seir, or Edom is Esau.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you see a man on the corner talking this could be a form of Esau. Because Esau went into a lot of people. So this could be a form of Esau. This could be a form of Gehazi. This could be a form of Cain.
Right.
This could be, you know what I'm saying? So you're seeing a lot of these things inside there. Well, the Most High punished men for their sins and what they did. So they lost the law and they went to their vomit. So they started to lay down with cave dwellers. But you know, you come from a house.
What you doing over here, man?
Ugh.
Ooh.
And it's not saying that nowadays, you know.
I was speaking to you.
I'll see it. You know what, man? I'm just gonna get up. I'm just gonna get up out of there before I go all the way in there. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna go back to the next segment. Yeah.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby.
Yeah. It's your favorite eye. For real. Yeah. Sheesh. Ooh.
Burn them up, miss.
Yeah. Brothers. Yeah, that thing sound real good, though. So that real feel. Yeah. Everyday win them facts. Brought me the culture that match. Yeah. YAHUAH and they stay on the patch. Managers whip up a batch. Yeah. Everyday win them facts. Brought me a culture that match. Yeah. YAHUAH and they stay on the patch. Managers whip up a batch. Oh yeah. This is the free house. It used to be trapped out. Yeah, trapped out. On the way to the big house. And YAHUAH got it mapped out. All mapped out. Finding peace what I rap about. Going straight and no back route. No back route. Soul and spirit that match now. In the house when it packed out. It's all about YAHUAH, ain't it? I don't talk nothing else to do it. Gave me the task of a steward. I'm knocking them out like two. In my calamity, I smile. I got a crazy sense of humor. I used to think like a child. I used to be an evildoer. I'm talking this word, but I'm a prover. Nothing in this world got truer. I am a dead tree hewer. I am a clean full chewer. So dedicated to the works. Trusting YAHUAH and it works. This is a big blessed alert. Never could find this in church. Look at this stuff that we up against. Turn from your way, meaning of repent. The more that you do, build your confidence. Devil can't throw in his monkey wrench. This righteousness only what's up. My suede shoes got a skull. Took a journey through the road. These highways need a touch. Be a light, not a switch. Let the owner work the switch. The 613 minutes. Open hand, not a fix. You're looking at a future ruler. All this thing to YAHUAH. The one who gave the brother light. Taught me where to find your mic. Yeah. Everyday win them facts. Brought me the culture that match. Yeah. YAHUAH and they stay on the patch. Managers whip up a batch. Yeah. Everyday win them facts. Brought me a culture that match. Yeah. YAHUAH and they stay on the patch. Managers whip up a batch. Oh yeah. This is the free house. It used to be trapped out. Yeah, trapped out. On the way to the big house. And YAHUAH got it mapped out. All mapped out. Finding peace what I rap about. Going straight and no back route. No back route. Soul and spirit that match now. In the house when it packed out. Everyday win them facts. Brought me the culture that match. Yeah. YAHUAH and they stay on the patch. Managers whip up a batch. Yeah. Everyday win them facts. Brought me a culture that match. Yeah. YAHUAH and they stay on the patch. Managers whip up a batch. Oh yeah. This is the free house. It used to be trapped out. Yeah, trapped out. On the way to the big house. And YAHUAH got it mapped out. All mapped out. Finding peace what I rap about. Going straight and no back route. No back route. Soul and spirit that match now.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals.
It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Kia!
I'm your host. It's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite eye. And I'm your co-host, Script Flow. Woo! A 613 split it ass. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And I'm your co-host, Mish Pat. Burn them up, Mish.
Burn them up, Mish.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH.
And you back at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals, with your professional brews. And we at YV Studios, Burn them up Productions.
Absolutely.
The real TBS, that Torah broadcasting system. I'd like to give a shout out to 613splash.com for all your righteous thread needs.
Shout out.
And I'd like to give a shout out to theway613.com for all your righteous content. And shout out to urbanserviceofficial.com. Coming soon to you. Shout out.
Shout out.
And we back in my segment, the second segment, and where I go into the world's perspective versus YAHUAH's perspective.
Absolutely.
And today we speaking on liberation or liberty or freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
So in the world, with the world, their type of liberty is to do whatever you feel your heart tells you to do.
Absolutely.
Like the cheese we eat, follow your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so they feel like you follow your heart. That's gonna bring you freedom and liberty.
Facts.
See, but with YAHUAH, he gives us the actual set of standard, a standard that gives us liberty and actually sets us free. And I'm gonna read a scripture to her.
Okay.
And I'm gonna read James 1:25. It says, "But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continue therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed." So in the world, they tell you to follow your heart. And if you're a man who like, man, you can follow your heart and do that, but you won't be blessed because you're gonna catch a type of disease.
That's right.
Or if you want to follow your heart and have that crab leg buffet, you follow your heart on that. You won't be blessed in your deeds because you got a chance to catch a cancer.
Oh, that's right.
That's the difference between Yahuwah perspective and the world perspective. One will actually benefit you, while the other one just a feel good with no benefit.
Absolutely. That's right. And just like you said, like free in the world is liberty to do it, whatever you want to do. Whatever it is you like to do.
Yeah.
But with Yahuwah, you free to do the law.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You free to do the law. You can walk free. He told Adam, man, be free. Walk around here. You can eat from all these trees. Just don't mess with that one tree.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's literally like, yeah, man, you can. There's no law on righteousness, but there is a law on wickedness. You get what I'm saying? So you can pick your side, which one you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that freedom of choice to live here,
right,
there is consequences with this free will.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we really choosing of who will we're listening to. You know what I'm saying? So if we willing to do Yahuwah's will, and he's willing to give a reward. But also in the world, the reason why people are broke is because they're not willing to do the world's will.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And see, nobody understands that the world also has an agenda. You feel me?
Facts.
They have an agenda. So with that having an agenda, nobody looks at the world and actually see the world agenda.
Facts.
No one cares. But when somebody said, like you saying, 2 men laying down is all right, that's an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
That's unnatural. So you're trying to convince me that something that has been deemed unnatural is natural. So you got to bring out all your scientific books. You got to bring all this to free my mind from these burdens that may be on me if I lay down with this other party.
Even a pill to make me feel all right about it.
Absolutely.
Sheesh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
So therefore, they trying to give you
bullet.
They trying to give you like this an illusion to ease your pain. See, if everybody else roll with it, you feel more comfortable.
Right.
But if everybody in the room said, ugh, you'll feel discomfort, this fall all over you.
So the first I can't walk in and be myself.
Right.
That's right. You feel what I'm saying? So they'll leave up out of that area.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Yahuwah make them feel when they come up in here. Yeah, you did walk into a righteous place that don't like that, and you are supposed to feel like that, but that is supposed to liberate you
from that.
Facts, break those curses on your mind. See, a lot of people tell you something. Some people being from a city that's high in that, and we're not afraid to say the city is high in it. You know what I'm saying? But I done been to many cities that's high in that they don't register as high in that. Because I done been in my town and rarely see it, but go to a particular town and see it everywhere.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, if what they do, everybody is, oh, girl, let them folks let them be. It ain't us. And then you see a matriarch world.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Okay, it's easy to pull that wool over a sister eyes because she's more nurturing. Mm-hmm. Man, let that man look, man, don't hurt him or kill him or do nothing to him like that, man. She know what he doing is wrong, but she's not the judge. That's why she'll have some leniency on it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's not for her when we look at, oh, man, that's why they gave her so many freedoms, because she the more lenient one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She the more lenient one. See, you ain't going for that. So they got to use her to usher in something. Come on. Don't let him do husband. Don't try him like that. It's okay.
Whoa.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's
so they use that to usher in things.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they
That's right. So literally, like that's what give them the freedom. I'm coming out. Wasn't cool till somebody else came out.
Facts.
Now when everybody else come out, they want the whole world to know now.
Facts.
Because somebody else dancing and prancing inside these uniforms. But if nobody, imagine the old days, imagine if people came up, that was uncomfortable.
Right.
Like they even made you feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? People were actually being beat up or harassed for these things because they didn't want this type of stuff around their children.
Right.
But as soon as the first one said it's okay, it's cool, and they televised it, it gave everybody the liberty to do it.
Right.
When you start showing trapping and murder and all this stuff on TV and right there and letting people see it's people right there on Vice cooking dope.
Facts.
In front of the nation.
Right.
And getting away with it. All he has to do is tie a bandana around his face and he have got straight away with cooking an illegal substance on TV.
That's
when
right.
they tell us, bro, you right there sitting in the ghetto, bro, and if somebody was shooting the camera right there, they don't care if you Vice. They don't care if your cameraman ain't familiar with the dope cooking and nothing. Everybody in the house going to jail.
Right.
Well, why you ain't tell on him since he was in here cooking right here on cam? Well, why Vice ain't? You feel what I'm saying? Because, brother, you have to put in a clause. You can't tell on me to get right into here, but y'all gonna allow that type of media outlet show this. But we can't go out and put the camera on our people and catch them in action and do all that. You know why? They going to jail as soon as we release the footage.
Right.
Soon release the footage. And these folks telling you where they at. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really like this stuff is giving others liberty to do whatever it is they want to perform. That's what's giving them the liberty. But it's free. It's like you getting away with it.
Right.
So why not?
Why not do it?
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? But see, with the scriptures, it tells you in there, if you do this, you gonna die. You do this, you gonna get spanked.
Right.
You do this, you gonna get spanked. But it says for the punishment don't come speedily enough.
Right.
That's why man is continuing his folly, continuing his iniquity. That's why man go on in his iniquity. Because, like I'm telling you, they show it, nobody getting away. You can murder somebody and pay the judge. You can, you know what I'm saying, do all type of things. A man just got caught with a warehouse full of body parts. I think he got like 5 years.
Yeah, he did.
Body
that was in
parts,
Chicago,
body
right?
part, yeah. So how if you finding body parts, how that's not murder? Oh, I didn't do it, but if I was in a car with you and you shot somebody, I'm going to jail for just as much time as you.
Right.
So if I get red-handed with body parts, and I say I ain't got nothing to do with this, okay, man, we'll just give you 5 years because you ain't had nothing to do with it. But who did it?
Sheesh.
They don't care if you went down like that. They don't care who did it. But you that's why we tell.
Right.
Because if they snatch one up in the body like that, guess what? Nobody else going down. We caught our man. So he ended up telling on everybody. Because he just trying to minimize his sentence.
Right.
But they not you don't get minimized. You maximize. You max. He mean.
Max. Max, he mean.
You max. He mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know that. So literally, like, he can pay to get off because the system makes enough off the poor. So he can do whatever it is that he like. And we go to jail for 50 years for a candy wrapper, stealing a piece of candy.
Right.
That's why we get the most punishment, because they're letting off their murderers and their, just as you seen Barnabas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With YAHUAH sitting right there. They'll let murderers off all day. Even our people, what? Even our people. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
really,
facts,
they're letting them off like that.
Right.
So it really, even when you see the system, what they would rather watch, the Brewfessionals or the original gangsters. You feel what I'm saying? What they'll really rich.
That live PD.
Yeah. Or you go catch that boy Dennis Delamar, or you go catch First 48.
Right. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So Dennis, now the Brews do have a Dennis Delamar who do make righteous content on the music, on the movie side, the visuals. But we don't go support that brother as a people and make his studio big as Tyler Perry's.
Sheesh.
We keep him down low to keep dropping his independent hits, using his YAHUAH money, what YAHUAH has given him to give the place back into his people.
Right.
By the righteous content. You got to pat brothers like that on the back. Because anything can discourage them. Boys in the Hood was out in the 90s and it's still outselling, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How the old stove still beating the new news? When the righteous content gonna finally get up and people stop listening to this and watching this and actually go support their own?
Right.
But always talking about who doing, what you doing.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That's what we got to get some real liberation. Financial liberation gonna come when the shekel was in power.
That's
by the law.
That's right. When the shekel was in power, we handling it. You feel what I'm saying? We'll get back into that on the next segment.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Yeah. They better stop playing with the service. You get lollygag, I'ma drive with a purse. Ain't no disrespect, I'ma treat you like a person. I was in the dark, YAHUAH opened up the curtains. The windows of my soul, see the pain in them. Slept in places water really rained in them. Never gave up and never changed either. Baby and a man, not the same equal. I don't do the kid stuff, big man, always get the big up. They said it couldn't happen till we slid up. Mighty Roy told me get a gig up. Follow single file on the tightrope. Big toy gave a brutal right flow. It's a drive-by if the lights low. Married to the scripts, what a right stroke. Music in my soul, Mr. Maestro. Sackcloth right now, I tell them wait a minute. That same bed I made, you know I'm laying in it. Six chef caught America with the pandemic. All that mixing is fizzing, works of a bad chemist. Told that's my premise, the heavens journalist. Reporting live from the curses to show the evidence. Only with these words, the rest irrelevant. Every day love my master, life is full extent. Stand up, facing the problem, I laid a brick or two. I cannot blame them, they only doing what I used to do. It's time to lead by example, it's always brew 30. We built this brand on the rock, I call it too sturdy. I turn my ear from the gossip, excuse a little birdie. Mighty power touch these leaves, that's why they bloomed early. First one hitting the water, I'm at the pool early. Early brew, catch these blessings, won't eat a worm ever. Disrespecting the king might get your head severed. Your generations of kin and get your friend level. Watch your words, young man, that's that important part. Help my brothers in arm and got a purple heart. That's that royalty, long suffering loyalty. Right now minority, later on is majority. Kingdom driven for real, I'm shifting 12 years. Major league brewing, professional pitching 10 years.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pat. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish. And I'm your co-host, Script Flood. Woo! A 613 split it, Ash. All esteem to YAHUAH.
All esteem to YAHUAH. And it's your favorite beloved YAHUAH.
It's your favorite
I'm so happy to be your host too. You hear me? Yeah, man. And I'm gonna send some little shout outs, man. Y'all already know 613 Splash.
Shout out.
See the way 613.
Shout out.
And coming soon, Urban Servants Official.
Shout out.
.com. Man, we also we also finna actually spruce up the clothing too, man. Hey, we got something coming for real. We ain't even gonna tell you about it. We ain't even gonna talk about it. All we gonna do is show up in it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But one thing about it is, what we always like is if it's cool, you ain't gotta roast me and then start doing it.
Disclaimer.
You can actually
get it out there.
You can do it with me.
Get it out there.
You can just do it with me, and I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
You can just do it with me. All right. See, that's how it goes. So when we do get here, we got something special for the people.
Okay.
And y'all know if I get it by the bulk, I'm definitely looking out. You know it. So we talking about liberation. Yeah. The state of freedom.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So the state of freedom, people see, like we was talking about earlier, like, oh, free to do what you want to, and that's the state of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Man. See, That's not gonna achieve anything. That's actually gonna bind you up.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? See, when you have somebody with some, let's say like even a person with money, you see how they'll buy $1 million house and then they go broke, and now it becomes $1 million burden.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you were free to buy that $1 million house, right? But then it ended up being a burden.
Right.
See, it was like, don't spend your money on that. Don't worry about that. When you get to the land, you're gonna live in things that you ain't even build with your own hand.
Sheesh. Bullet.
How you know that? Because he says many mansions there.
Meaning?
Yeah, which means that me and you did not build a mansion. I ain't used these hands to build no bricks. I ain't putting that out. The only bricks I'm building is with his house.
Facts.
So it's just like with your lady. You know, your lesser like. You don't tell her to build a house. Go pick up them load of bricks, baby.
Sheesh.
And build that house up. You don't do it. So you take it, you put her inside the house and she manages it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So even if y'all started from a trailer all the way up to the mansion, it was still your hands. You feel what I'm saying? That's what it's supposed to be. So as things are being built for us, we supposed to be getting ready to live in there. You know what I'm saying? Like abiding by the rules that will be in that particular house versus this particular house.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You already see this world. This man don't want you in his land.
Right.
This man don't want you in his life. He used you. Fan squad used you, abused you, and now he don't want you no more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But then when you try to leave, he turned maniac.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's like, let my people go.
Facts.
So we can go serve YAHUAH. Now you see what Moses was saying.
Right.
Like, bro, let these folks go. Since they so free to do what they want to do, why they ain't free to serve they most high?
Facts.
We free to do everything else but serve YAHUAH. Well, because soon as we start serving YAHUAH, they start kicking your door down, laying folks down, everybody going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Hey, shit, business.
That's real.
As soon as you start serving YAHUAH. So when you find your freedom in the Most High, now they know man can't do nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you no longer fear him not feeding you or fear him not giving you a clean ravine. Even when I did trust you, you did not give me clean food and clean water.
That's right.
And clean clothes. Why would I trust you now? So it took me saying, man, I don't want to mess with you no more for you to give me clean water. Sight? You know what I'm saying? Sight.
Too late.
It's too late. You know what I'm saying? So with the Mohai saying like, man, I made all these things. You don't think I got something reserved for you? You think I got something you could tap in? You see how he done reserved his in the mountains and everything else and got his tucked off?
That's right.
Got you something too.
Right.
Got you something too. Things going when you get there, it's gonna definitely be there for you because it was already poured. The cup was already poured there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I went to go look at the when you look at wells and different things like that of water, and I was looking at the understanding like the Hebrew perspective.
Right.
And it was saying the cup of a butler or the hand from the hand of a butler, which shows you that Mashiach know how to serve.
Facts.
He also know how to dress the house, take care of it. You feel what I'm saying? Because this earth is literally his to take care of. It's in his hands. So when I seen that, I was like, man, he made sure he pulled us a cup.
Cup of water here,
Cup of water there, cup of water there, but he knew where you
way.
would be. So even when you see, that's right, when you see freshwater spots and different things like him, he pulled them cups for you. Not the world, not this man.
Mm-hmm.
This man didn't know where you was going to be.
He just bottling it up.
That's it. He bottling it up and selling it back to you. Nah, this cup was poured for you. See, that's why I say give a minute. When did it say in the scripture water going to run out? He said, you can drink yourself to death, and it's still not gonna run out. He said, just as it rained and it watered the herbs and give it back to the water, but it doesn't. Just as my word does not come back void, which letting you know that the water in this earth, he come down and pour these cups. So when it rained, that's him pouring a cup. You know what I'm saying? That's him pouring the cup, hitting the herbs. That's what I'm saying. He said he promised he wouldn't rain to flood nobody out and kill the earth, kill everybody in the earth. So he pouring cups.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I hate the rain. Nah, man, keep pouring me a cup. Because one day we're going to need it. You know what I'm saying? So as you see people where they don't see his perspective and see where he coming from and know what he doing and how he moving, they can't find the freedom in his word.
Right.
So they gonna stay in captivity because they had no love for the law. See, the law teaches you how to not only clean up and get right, it teaches you how to serve your master.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that gets you a continuous reward. Continuous. See, when people don't understand, like day for day, he pay you day for day. So when people wake up, they be like, I need some money. So you ain't thankful for the wake up?
Sheesh.
See, I'm thankful for the wake up first.
That's the payment.
That's it. Because to die means to fall short of the esteem of YAHUAH. If he's saying this is guaranteed to you, you can make it here. It's telling us now that this is a land of promise. We have came to the understanding of this. That means you bethink yourself.
Facts.
It said as soon as we begin to bethink ourselves, oh boy, it's wrapping up. It's almost time to go home. We can't help that we're, the generation you picked in. I didn't tell my mama lay down with old boy. Bullet. You know what I'm saying? I got here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got here. And it just that time we can't help what generation we in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you see the proud generation stand up on YAHUAH.
Right.
Stand against him. Talk words like, oh, it's okay to sin. It's all right. He understand. And it says that for the wages of sin is death. How you going to tell somebody to be okay with the wages of death?
Sheesh.
That doesn't make sense. In one tongue, you say it's okay, it's right to mess up. But he's saying if you mess up, you're going to die. Which one you going to believe? Man who telling you not, or him telling you for surely you're going to die? It says surely. It don't say no one's playing. Only that man has told you that. So we don't listen to man's fables.
Facts.
Or his own mindset, because that's a private interpretation. Nowhere you can see Mashiach mentioning that. Say that it's okay to sin and everybody. No, it's not okay. Sure, we fall, but we get up and try again.
Right.
That means that you didn't like the action you did before. It wasn't right with you. You're a perfectionist. So you want to have this thing right when he get here. You don't want to be stumbling on that when he get here to look before you, bro. That means you ain't been doing no work. The only way that we gonna know it's truly forgiveness is if somebody done something to you and you actually forgive them. That's when forgiveness become a trait of yours or a characteristic of yours. Mercy becomes a characteristic when you show somebody mercy. But if you're not merciful or you haven't been able to display this, then you can't say that's what you are.
Facts.
But if you have accounts, those are let your fruits be your proof. Have somebody ever came to your tree and ate mercy? Well, you showed them mercy. They picked that off your tree. So they know that tree has mercy.
Facts.
Have they came and picked forgiveness off your tree when they came for that forgiveness? Could they pick it and eat it? Facts. They did. They ate it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody, that's right. If somebody had the long suffering, did you suffer with somebody long? Can they come eat that off of there? Did you do it with them 2 days and then it was over with? That's not long suffering. Every time they turn around, they got to be able to do this. But it said that tree is well watered. That tree is well watered. It sit by a river. It keeps on producing fruit. They couldn't eat all of them off of it if they wanted to.
Right.
It got plenty of it to give. When you look at a real tree, a fruit tree, apple tree, peach orchard, anything you want to look at, it comes in abundance. You can't even count those apples on that tree or the fruit that's on that tree. You can't count it.
Right.
It comes in abundance. But you can't, the apple tree doesn't desire apples. But it sure want everybody else too. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It sure everybody else want to.
Birds to feed, not to eat.
But that's why we like when the apple tree start desiring apples, it's dangerous. Because he taking from the pea.
Right.
Yeah.
He gonna eat them all up before they get them to him.
Sheesh.
You can't desire the very thing that you're trying to give them. If they need a bowl, you can't be so drove on a bowl of food that you forget the mission. If you're able to get the bowl and continue to get it, keep doing the things that continue the bowls. Now, if you stop it, you ain't gonna do it no more. That lets you know you're on the wrong track.
Right.
But if you're gonna continue, you want to continue to be in the scripture, you gotta do it. That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
Yeah. Connect though. They like where they been at for a minute. Yeah, rising to the kingdom, lock it down, human padlock. Fighting for $1 bucket near the Michael Wall stacks. Love all pure, nothing cut. This that straight drop. Live before YAHUAH. I'ma show 'em till the Drakes drop. Juvenile jumped about the furnace. I'm a hot boy. Found out a lot of brothers green bag of bok choy. Young fisherman, but I never smellin' fishy though. YAHUAH put his words anywhere like a sticky note. I've been in the cloud, drawing closer to the mighty hand. Every day I try to make a toast, brought a lot of jam. Said I ain't good to be alone, I brought a lot of fam. Mel ain't talking for the business, got a market spam. Picture looking sweet for a brew, shoot candy can. AK, new beginning footage, that's another round. Never cast pearls to a pig, yeah, I'm going lamb. Rolling with the king, Will Turner's bustin', what's up with the truth? Yeah, what's up with the truth? I only want the truth, yeah, I only want the truth. I just gotta have the truth, man, I gotta have the truth. I can only have the truth, I can only have the truth. What's up with the truth? Man, what's up with the truth? I only want the truth, man, I only want the truth. I gotta have the truth, yeah, I gotta have the truth. I can only have the truth, I can only have the truth. What's up with the truth?
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha.
And I'm your co-host, Mish Pot. Burn 'em up, Mish.
Burn 'em up, Mish. And I'm your co-host, Script Flow. Woo! The 613 split it ass. All esteem to you.
All esteem to you. And I'm your host. It's your favorite out, beloved Daoud.
It's your favorite out.
Yeah,
Again.
man. Here with the announcements, the dates, the towns, all these things. But matter of fact, no, we said that we're gonna leave it for the end, and all we're gonna do is encourage the family at the end. So these are words of encouragement. So with liberty and finding liberty or freedom, man, let's try to find a sense of release of these sinful burdens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when we get free, we want to be released from these sinful burdens, these things that had us bound from serving the Most High till our fullest.
Right.
We want to get rid of those. So when we lay those burdens on Mashiach as he told us to, meaning that, how am I going to serve? What can I do? How am I going to be blessed? He said, trust that if you walk like this, you're going to be blessed. So we have to lay those burdens there and be free from those sinful burdens to take on our spiritual self and start to take on our righteous burdens. Our righteous burdens is honoring the laws, statutes, and commandments of YAHUAH.
Right.
And that's it. If we serving him, he's fine. If we're not serving nobody else.
Right.
So that's how we get free from all those burdens. We worry about one thing. Seek the kingdom first, and the rest shall be added. All
Message.
You are now at the brew spot with the Brewfessionals. It's the Brewfessionals, baby. Ha ha. Yeah.